Welcome, my friends. You're on Mavs Coffee Clarity with Denise DiGrigoli. If you're new, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. You know, this is where we spill the beans. We're a show designed to help you move forward and work, love, and life. And come on, who doesn't need that? This is where I interview fascinating people, mavericks in their own right, forward-thinking, from knowns to unknowns, where we share their silver linings after their fiascos, humor-infused stories, business intel, and life hacks to move you forward. And today is no different, my friend. Welcome to the pod, an exceptionally creative, incredible woman, Scarlett DeBease. Did I say it correctly?
You said it very well. Thank you.
Okay, this is like the first time I got someone's last name correct. From Scarlett Image Consulting. Now, I knew Scarlett many, many years ago, and again, we roast ageism over here on the pod, right? We don't give any nod to that, but I will say it was so nice to reconnect with you recently at Haven and Darien.
Yes.
And guys, and whomever's listening to the podcast, what I love about Scarlett is she has this great image consulting company, a wardrobe stylist, that she helps you stop stressing about dressing.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, I have a lot to ask Scarlett because I think it's so true. What you wear attracts not only new clients, conversations, creativity, but I would say wealth, right?
Absolutely.
If you look kind of like you might not be doing so well.
You got to look like you're worth the money you're asking people to invest in you.
Right. Or even with our kids graduating college right now, right? It's like you're not going to wear your Snoopy pajamas to the interview.
Or Ugg slippers.
Or Ugg slippers. Because to me, Ugg slippers and Snoopy pajamas symbolize I'm going to sleep.
That's right.
Not to interview.
That's right. I'm not here to work. I'm here to chill.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly not someone wanting to hand you a paycheck immediately.
No.
So I know a lot about image consulting because I also went to fashion school, but I want to hear your version. How did you get involved in this?
Okay.
Why? And how has it changed since you started? Because I know it's changed.
Well, if I'm really going to go back, when I was very young, I had a job, a great job, and I had to prove that I was older than I looked. And I would dress incredibly conservatively, what I thought was the appropriate, look for somebody who's a young executive. And it kind of backfired on me, actually. There was a company based in France, and I went to Paris to get some training. And the president of the company asked me if I wanted to go out that night with the other woman that flew in from America and go to the disco. It was back when they called them a disco.
I love discos. Yeah. That's the theme of my upcoming birthday party, disco.
There you go. So, again, I was maybe 22, and I had my work clothes with me. So I went back to the hotel room, and I put on my outfit that was a brownish kind of color that looked terrible on me. And
I don't like brown either.
It's kind of like when your dog gets sick kind of color.
Oh.
And it had a nice little prissy bow all the way up to here. And then I had on my little flat sandals.
You had your prissy disco bow on?
I didn't know. I was a little bit, I just was working hard all the time. I didn't really know much about the whole disco thing. And I walk in this disco in Paris, and every woman is 16 feet tall, very thin, gorgeous blondes, wearing cowboy boots and jeans and a blouse of some sort. And there I walked in looking like, the definition of mousy was my picture next to it. It was bad.
Really?
And I started getting stared at and pointed to.
Pointed?
Pointed.
Pointed in the disco?
I need some alcohol in my coffee now. So pointed at the disco. And so this is, and the reason why I'm bringing it up because somebody yesterday heard this story. I don't share it much. And she just hired me to speak to a very large group of women because she thought this was a good story. So I'm going to share it now, but it's a hard story. So anyway, so I'm in this disco and I think that I'm going to disappear on the couch. And all of a sudden a man comes and picks me up and puts me on a high top table and goes under my skirt in front of the whole place.
What?
The whole.
Did you have your undies on?
I had my undies on.
Oh my God!
And
thanks
I remember,
heavens.
high tops are tall.
Oh yeah, especially in France. Yeah.
So what I did was shriek and jump off the table. I was completely humiliated, and they're laughing and laughing and laughing. And, you know, not that everybody might remember anymore, but he was Philippe Junot. He was the ex-husband of Princess Caroline's daughter, Princess Grace's daughter.
He looked up your skirt?
He looked up my skirt. He was an asshole playboy then. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No, listen, we don't edit. You said asshole playboy.
But he really humiliated me. So I learned in a very hard way that what you wear matters.
My grandmother would have said if she was alive, you should have charged for that.
I know, right? But it was a lesson, but it was a hard lesson, and the guy had no right to do that.
No, of course not. Nowadays, my Lord.
Now it probably wouldn't happen, and if it did, I'd be rich. Right. I would sue the hell out of him. But, but that's what it was like. But it taught me that you have to know what to wear. So anyway, then years later, I was always aware of clothing. My mother taught me really well. And then one day, my friend asked me to go see an image consultant with her. She was going, and it was like a twofer or something. Please come. And I'm like, oh, fine, I'll go. And I show up, and this woman shows me what colors look good on me. I never thought about that before. What colors don't look good on me. I never thought about that before. And I don't look good in Lily Pulitzer prints. And my girlfriend kept making me buy Lily Pulitzer prints, but I don't look good with flamingos on me. They just don't work. And so I learned all these things, and I went home to my closet. I made my husband crazy, and I tore everything out that didn't work for me. It was like knowledge was power.
Isn't that freeing, though, honestly, when you do a closet edit and you shift that energy out?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because every woman and every man, but every woman cares more, when she puts something on and there's something wrong, but she doesn't know what it is.
But you can feel it.
And
you're like, no.
Right, no. But I identify it. So this image consultant that I went to identified for me what worked and what didn't work. And it was amazing how all these things that I had that didn't work, I got rid of. It was fabulous. My husband really got annoyed with me because he used to love to buy me clothes. He was in the business. And I would say, no, I'm sorry, honey, it's the wrong neckline.
Wait, he was in the fashion business?
He was, but not up there. Down there.
Okay.
So
we're not editing that part out either. And now he's going to hear her say, not up there, down there. Oh, boy.
I meant mass market. He was mass market.
Okay.
So,
like
Targets,
Walmart,
Walmart's, right. That kind
Target.
Right, Target, right. So anyway, so we'll never hear this, please God. So anyway, I forgot where I was, but this woman taught me all these things. And so I then was hired by her to help her because she saw me in town and how I followed all the advice she gave me to a T.
Wow.
And then she told me, I really should be doing this. And so I decided to go to school, which you don't have to do.
No, but you do.
If you want to be good at something, you should have an education.
Right. I mean, when we were having retail galleries and our interior designers would come in and some would just do it naturally. But really, when you have the technical skill, right? Because you're loosely throwing around the word color, but both of us know artistically and fashion trained, color is just not color. There's a lot that goes with color. Right. So where did you go to school? Can I ask?
I took an extensive 8 days, very long days at FIT.
Oh, you're an old FITer like me.
Yeah, FIT.
All right, we're going to hashtag the hell out of that.
So one trainer came in from London. The other one is in Manhattan and still is. And it was life-changing because, well, first of all, they taught me things that you're not going to learn from a magazine. You're going to, and they also taught you how to run a business. Which is really important.
Yes.
And that was before social media, so that I have to learn along the way. But what happened was that I decided that I'm going to do this because I don't want anybody to ever feel the way I felt that day in Paris.
Yeah, because we'll start slapping.
Yeah. and I want. For me, it's important that a woman feels good about herself. And like you were saying before, what you're wearing affects not only how people see you, but how you see yourself.
So I spend a lot of time doing executive coaching, and many clients will put their clothes out. And I'm not a fashion consultant, although I'm a fashion consultant to myself, of course. And they'll put their stuff out the night before. And I always say when I'm teaching someone how to give a presentation, like you really have to, it's not only about form, function, flow, it's what you're wearing, like how you feel. Yep. So I always say, don't necessarily buy a brand new outfit, right?
Please don't.
And when you're giving a speech for the first time in Vienna, ooh, no, like wear something that, is got some comfort to you. Yeah. But I do want to ask you from your point of view, how important is it to be on trend as an executive? Or is it important, like when I grew into this business and beyond, it was like you always had some casual pieces, you had some constructed pieces, you had some professional pieces, and you had pieces that bring your vibe. Mm-hmm. Now, for me, my vibe is accessories. Mm-hmm. I'll wear classics, and I'll really funk it out with my hair and my accessories.
Great way to do it. Yep.
What would you tell the audience? Because here we spill the beans, and we want to give these people some life hacks and insider intel here. What's the three things they can do right now, and do they have to be on trend?
Okay, so I'm a little different than a lot of other image consultants or wardrobe stylists. I hate trends. I don't believe in trends. Mm-hmm. I think that they make you prisoners because what they do is
prisoners of the trend.
Trend.
It's true.
Yeah, because you're being told that you have to have something to be in, right? Mm-hmm. But not everybody looks good in these things. So years ago, there were the low-cut jeans, the low-cut pants, which were pure torture and clearly invented by a man, but
pure torture and like fodder for the muffin top.
It was really horrible, and it's just life-changing experience in the wrong way. And so so now a trend is whatever the trend may be. You're wearing something because it's supposed to be in, but you're not wearing it because it looks good on you. And then the trend goes out, and now you spent money on that, and you don't wear it anymore, and now you can't even consign it because it's not in style. So I'm an anti-trend person. I don't care about labels, and I don't care about trends. That makes me a little bit of an outsider in my industry. I'll be honest with you.
Well, Troy brought me something for Mother's Day, and it had a big giant label on it. And I'm like, dude, I don't wear a Versace bag. I don't wear a Coach bag. I have loathed since the 80s me marketing for other people. Right. I don't want your logo on my stuff. Right. And even though this was a beautiful piece of athletic wear, it was like this Mongo logo. And I was like, no.
Yeah, no. I mean,
do I look like I work at Duchess?
Yeah, I mean.
I love Duchess. No shade on Duchess, but come on.
But no, unless they're paying you, there's no reason to do it.
Thank you.
So now, but here's the beauty though. Right now, what's kind of in is what you look good in. So like what pants style is in. Every single style is available now in a store. So some women look better in a wide leg. Some people look better in a straight leg or a narrow. Or it really depends upon your shape, your height, your proportions. That's really what's in. Mm-hmm. When it comes to my clients and for myself, I'm like you. Accessories are how you do it.
Right.
So my clients have usually fewer clothes than they did before, but they have more outfits now because they can be combined in multiple ways, and accessories is how you change the outfit. Mm-hmm. So if you want to really be a trendy kind of person, you can do that with accessories if you really want to, because they're disposable. They're not that expensive. I'm not talking Tiffany. I'm talking TJ Maxx, So, but I believe in having pieces of clothing that look good on you and that are comfortable, but never look comfortable. That's a very important fact.
One of my early professors at FIT said, you know what? Just make sure it's tailored to you, because we're all so unique.
Yep.
Okay, so.
And tailored. We need to use tailors. Men use tailors all the time, and women are like, if it doesn't, off the hanger, it doesn't fit. It could be shortened. Maybe the sleeves have to be shortened. Maybe the pants have to be shortened. Maybe something has to be taken in. Mm. You got to do that. You got to bite that bullet to get the right fit.
Took me a long time. I would preach that to other people and not do it myself. But now I'm methodical about it, because you can have even like a $50 top.
Yep.
But if it fits like what, then it is what.
Yep.
And just a little nip tuck here or there. Yep. I'm on the shorter side, although I don't view myself as a shorter person. It's really important. So 3 tips that people can implement right now.
Know your best colors to wear. Mm-hmm. That's one. So look and see what makes your eyes sparkle. Look and see what makes your skin tone look good. If somebody asks you if you're feeling are you feeling okay today? But you are, then maybe it's the color you're wearing is making your skin look orange or yellow or ashy. So stick to the right colors. When you stick to the right colors for your face, and then all your clothes are in those colors that can be mixed and matched and made tons of outfits. Second tip is be willing to try on 2 sizes when you go shopping.
Now, here's an insider secret. While Ava was a baby, I had a Carlisle franchise come through the gallery. This way I got to wear great clothes and also see my friends because I would bring my baby to the gallery. And the same thing, so many ladies were not willing.
That's right. It's very stubborn on that one.
And I would say, listen, cut the label out. Cut it out.
I have a story about that too. But, try to, first of all, as I always say, unless you're wearing your clothes inside out, nobody knows what size you're wearing.
Oh my God, that is a great tip.
And if you are wearing your clothes inside out, we have other
issues, right?
We have other issues. But when you're wearing something that fits you, you absolutely will look thinner. If you're wearing something that's too big or too small, you will look bigger. And when you're wearing things that are, some women like.
How am I doing today?
I think you look adorable.
Am I doing okay?
Yeah, you look
because I'm hiding Mafina and a couple of her friends around the back.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Yeah.
Lovely name.
I'm trying, how can I look my best in front of the wardrobe consultant today and sit in the chair with a headset on, wrecking my hair? Oh, okay. Am I getting a pass?
You get it. You look great. I call it a baker's dozen, but I like that you have a pretty name for yours. But anyway, so when you're wearing clothes that fit you properly, you will not be as self-conscious as well, because when you're wearing clothes that are too big or too tight, and this is especially true for people who are speaking or meeting people, whether it's dating or work, you're playing. I don't want to say that.
No, you're right.
Wrong, but you're playing with yourself. But you're just came out wrong. But you're.
We just ventured into Howard Stern territory.
Thank God he's not here. Yeah. But you're fidgeting. And women do this all the time.
No, you're right. You're 100% right about that.
They start playing with I call them toppers, anything you wear over something.
They're grabbing their breasts and they're grabbing the I was at a conference recently and it felt like the speaker was wearing her clothes from like 7 years ago and maybe she had gained a smidge and she was fidgeting and I wanted to say, just stop. Just stop because we're missing the message.
You're not hearing what she's saying.
I'm looking at your hands around the middle of your midsection.
Absolutely.
And now I'm starting to criticize my midsection. It's going south in many ways.
It's like Charlie Brown's teacher. You only hear wah, 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 because all you hear is this. I mean, I tell this story years ago. I went to an event and Gayle King was a speaker and she needed help to get on the stage. 1, she was wearing heels that were so high that she couldn't walk. And 2, she wears 2 pairs of Spanx at a time.
She does?
Yeah.
Is this an insider secret we just spilled?
She shares everything.
She's like, 2 Spanx, screw you.
Yeah, because so great, but you can't move, you can't sit, and you can't walk without attention. To this day, I have no idea what she said. And I love her. I love her.
I love her too.
I want to work with her so badly.
My head actually hurts thinking about how she compressed her organs.
Yes, well, that's a whole other story too.
Yeah, that's
Kim Kardashian at the Met Gala. But yes, what people won't do for
people have their ribs removed.
People have had toes taken away so they can fit into more narrow shoes. There's some sick stuff going on out there. But if you actually would wear something that fits you, you could still look fabulous and not have to lose an organ or a bone.
Or a digit.
Or a digit, yeah.
Okay. So I am very environmentally conscious. I'm definitely a person that will recycle, upcycle, luxe cycle. And I've always said to Abe, if you want to wear a really expensive top or a really expensive bottom, find the reverse, right?
Yep.
Like mix and match, make your outfit, make your personality, let it be you. Don't be dictated by the trends. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yep.
Now, she brought to my attention that some of the fast fashion, child labor, there's the athletic wear that puts the beads in the ocean. I grew up old school in the Berkshires. My grandmother would darn our socks, and you wouldn't get a new winter coat until it was Christmas.
That's right.
Now, I am a little bit of a clothes horse. I definitely shift my energy. But what's your position when a client comes to you and says, I need to be eco-conscious? Like for me, for example, how would you treat me in this way? Or anyone? What are they saying to you?
Well, first, don't buy anything at what's called fast fashion because the stuff falls apart too quickly. And then you're just making landfill.
Very good point.
That's all you're doing. So, it's adorable until you wash it. So,
it's like a Starbucks coffee. It's a throwaway cup.
It's a throwaway cup. When my daughter was, younger in her Forever 21 days, I used to, it was really hard for me because that stuff looked like hell after one wearing or one
Terrible.
washing. So you avoid that altogether. You're much better off paying a moderate price and then wearing the hell out of it for many years. The other thing, I love consignment shopping, but you can't shop at a consignment store until you know what really works for you. Otherwise, you're just spending money again.
Yeah.
But when I go consignment shopping for myself, I am very specific about what I buy. And another piece of advice I'll give is don't buy anything ever that doesn't go with something you already own.
That's a great bean, Scarlett.
People do this all the time. They go, "Oh,
yes,
this is so cute," or "This was originally $5,000 and now it's $12,000. I gotta get it,"
Right.
And it happens. Maybe not $5,000, but it happens. And then, so now what? Now you have this one-off. So that's that.
I just did a closet edit, and it wasn't because you were coming, but maybe it was subconsciously. And there were two things that I threw out that I said to Troy, these were impulse buys. These weren't necessarily because they were on sale. It reminded me of a different time or, it reminded me of somewhere I might go. Mm-hmm. And every time I looked at them in my closet and I would put them on, I would fret. Yep. And I would put them back. Yep. And my trick is to put the hanger facing towards you.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And if you don't wear it for a year, it's got to go out.
Yep.
Well, the year had come and I'm still looking at it. Like one I spent some money on, one I did not. And I'm now arguing with myself. Oh, it's been 200. I can't send it up. Right?
Yeah.
So how do you stop the impulse buy?
You have to.
Because I love this little piece of advice. Don't buy something unless you have something to go with it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How do you stop it?
Well, a couple of things. One is ask yourself, do you already have something just like it in the closet? There's a lot of what I call duplicitis. It's a serious
Duplicitis. This is going to be a hashtag.
Yeah.
Duplicitis.
It's a big deal. Women tend to buy what they already have or know.
I don't want to tell you I have 5 of us in different colors.
There you go. I talk about that when I do a presentation. I talk about that. More of the same is not more outfits. Okay. Mm-hmm. So don't buy something if it doesn't go with something you already own. Don't buy something if you already have it. Mm-hmm. Go into the back of your closet first because you'd be surprised what's in there that you've, not you personally, but a woman.
No, you can speak to me. It's true.
So there are things with price tags on there. There are things people forgot they had and they bought it again because they forgot they already had it or they couldn't find it. So I always say go in the far corners of your closet.
Do you do this seasonally? Like when are you telling people to do this?
My goal for my clients is to have everything in one closet and that almost everything can be worn all year long. So any sleeveless top can be worn under a jacket or something else. And especially if you have hot flashes, it's nice to have that ability to take off a jacket and just cool down for 5 seconds,
Yeah.
Hope
Portable
it goes
fan.
away.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Get an iced coffee instead of a hot coffee. But basically, what I do is I have my clients go by the color, go by the fit, and have pieces that can be worn in multiple ways, combined in multiple ways. And that includes accessories. And that way you can have a lot of outfits, but not as many clothes as you likely already have.
Okay, this is a personal question now. Hold on, my friends. I have to go to a wedding.
Yes.
I have to wear a garden party dress. I have one that I absolutely love. I've dressed it up and worn it to my parents' retirement party. I've dressed it down and worn it to one of my corporate accounts. I'm like in love with it.
Yes.
Can I wear it to my friend's wedding, even though she might have seen it at the retirement party?
Absolutely.
I can?
Absolutely.
Because in my world, it's like every time I have a wedding or, Easter, I need a new outfit.
No. So change the shoes or change the necklace or change your hairstyle for the day. No, who's really going to pay attention to this? I mean, no.
So she says you can wear it twice, my friends.
Absolutely.
More than twice.
Absolutely. You should be able to do that. I almost wore to my daughter's wedding a dress that I had worn to somebody else's wedding.
You've just absolved me from my sins, literally.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
That's the thing. Women tend to I have something coming up and they go out and buy more. They should already have something in their closet. And if they do, they should wear it.
I think I'm going to blast Scarlett's podcast like almost every month because this is such valuable advice for so many of my listeners, including me. Okay. What's the most simple, effective way to organize it?
Oh, I just did a workshop on this. Oh, God.
Where? And do you have another one?
Well, actually, the recording is available.
Okay.
So the first thing I always say is hang like with like. So all your tank tops go together and then by color, white to all the colors in between to black. Don't hang your tank tops with the shirt or whatever it is you usually wear it with. Keep it separate. Then you're sleeveless. Then
I'm passing so far right now.
Then you're long sleeve. And I do it by color. All right.
Yeah.
Same thing with your pants. I do it by color. So now you have everything that you can see. And so when you see it by color, it's much more, you can get more ideas of how to combine them in a different way. Do not hang an outfit back into your closet. So when you hang an outfit, that means you're only going to wear it that way. But I can look at that shirt and go, oh my God, it goes with this jacket and that skirt and that pants. So don't hang
feels like
outfits.
when people work with you, when you go through these methodologies, they actually release their own creativity because you're showing them how to collaborate amongst their wardrobe.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It feels like your process is not only helpful from what you've designed it to be, but it also brings up people's level of creativity.
Yeah, and it gives them more confidence, too.
And more confidence, right? They can start to mix and match, and you've kind of taught them. So how often, I have many more questions. Okay, we might have to go to the maximum time here. How often do you meet with someone?
It really depends upon the client. I work almost exclusively virtually. So I have a client who lives in Manhattan. I went to see her, but we're going to be working mostly virtually. So what I do is I have a program where I can show her clothes and make outfits with her clothes, and it's a lookbook, and I go shopping for her, and she can click on the links that I send her. So it really depends upon the client. I usually work with somebody 3 months, and often I'm like on a retainer, and I'm there for them forever and ever and ever and ever.
Is this celebrity clients?
No.
Or pedestrian folks like myself?
I don't want to work with anybody famous. I want to work with women who could use the support and the confidence building and who might not have a perfect body. And even those with perfect bodies, they have their own insecurities too. Everybody does. Everybody does. You know?
What were you doing prior to being a wardrobe consultant?
Years ago, I was in the cosmetic industry, and I was a makeup artist.
This is why you have beautiful makeup and eyebrows. Now, guys, when she came in this morning, I noticed right, Ava and I have an affinity towards eyebrows. I was like, perfect eyebrows, tell the story.
Eyebrows frame the face.
Frame the face. My dog, who couldn't speak English, understood my eyebrows. There was a command for heel and move, for sure.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Even my family understands my eyebrows. If I went mute, this would be my braille right there.
Oh, my God. And then I went into the garment industry. So I did that.
Is that
for a
where you
while.
met your husband?
And that's where I met my husband, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Fraternizing on the job, I see.
We kept it a secret.
Okay, so there's a lot going on in the fashion industry. Now, if you remember, of course, roasting ageism, Vogue would always set the trend for us. And you could kind of see, like you said, all styles are in right now. It's about wearing what looks great on you. But when we were coming up in the industry, it was like you had to wear blah, right?
Yep.
The 80s, the geometrics, the spiky hair. Shoulder pads.
Yep. So
now there is one movement, and it's called the see-through movement.
God help us.
It's the see-through. It's Met Gala, wet T-shirt. It's full-on nips, buttocks, hardly covering the front. How does my wardrobe consultant feel about these trends?
That's a trend that I would definitely guide you against. Yeah.
So, I work with a lot of younger people too, although the majority of my work is in the C-suite, but I do some mentoring with my book around some of the college level folks. And so this is what they're being shown. Yeah. That's fabulous.
And the short tops.
Yep. So now when you're interviewing or you're teaching them interviewing skills, they think scantily clad, multiple piercings and, butt thongs are where it's at.
Yeah.
And almost as like a need to be hired.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
So what do we say? I can tell you what I say to Ava, but what do we say to our youth about self-expression? Because we're artists. I'm not, ragging on anyone's tattoos or piercings or look.
Right.
But is it too old school to say time and place?
So it's the company. Who are you interviewing for? So are you interviewing for an ad agency? Then creativity is important in your outfit. But I always say to be more cautious. You still have to cover everything up. I personally wouldn't even show tattoos for an interview. Let people know you from you. Don't let them judge you or get an opinion about you because they're seeing tattoos or belly button piercing or a nose piercing. I mean, if you really are serious about getting a job, you need to know what the company is like. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if it's creative, it's conservative, you have to dress accordingly, get the job. And then you can sort of feel your way around a little bit. People are not dressing in a corporate way that much anymore, which is fine.
Are suits out?
Suits are in a different way. So if you're wearing, and this is a point that I meant to bring up, when I say that, I don't go by trends, I also don't mean you should wear the clothes that look like they're from 20 years ago, because it's going to make you look dated, older, and that you're not an out-of-the-box thinker. So I want your outfit to be more creative than that. Suit jackets are in for women, but they're not the ones we used to wear. They have more seaming. They might have embellishment on them. They have pockets on an angle with zippers, which is great for making the waist look a little smaller. But they're not the suit jacket that you wore with the shell in the power suit 20 years ago.
So shift that power suit out over to a thrift or a dress for success or somebody that can use it, and you find something that's polished that represents the industry you're in. Right. And in the same way, Steve Jobs, started this trend many years ago with the suit jacket and the T-shirt. Yeah. And now we have it with Converse and, khakis and even men paint their nails black. I mean, men have it much easier than we do. I mean, they like you said, T-shirt and a jacket and pair of sneakers and I'm cool. And if we did that, not quite the same, So we have to work a little harder than men, but why not have fun with it? And what do you think about the perception of, how do I say it, the ageism and the perception that comes with it, the way we dress? You're dressed very youthful today. I mean, you could put that outfit on somebody 18. You could put that outfit on somebody 80. Mm-hmm. So it's classic. But how do we address the ageism that comes naturally? I mean, you look very youthful. I have no idea how old you are. I don't want to know. But it is prevalent in our society, right? Yeah. It's like, I want to look young and cool because my daughter's 21. I mentally feel 30. Right. But I still feel like there's times where you feel that ageism creeping in. It does creep in. So that's why, a lot of women come to me and say, I don't want to look frumpy. Yes. But I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah. So it's important. Well, again, if you go full blown on a trend, and a trend is short tops, and we've seen this. We've seen women wear these short tops that should not be wearing these short tops. So if you go really all in on trends, you're going to make yourself look like you're trying too hard to look younger. So that's important. Right. This is why you don't like trends. It's one of the reasons why I don't like trends, because their trends are there to make you spend money. They don't. Nobody. Folks not that's really super spilling the beans. just making you spend your cash. I mean, when people say the must-have, well, no, the store says you must have it because the store will make money when you buy it. Mm-hmm. But not necessarily you look good in it. They don't care. Stitch Fix, they don't care what you look like. They just want you to buy. I started off with Stitch Fix early on, and they were great for a couple of times. And, once they became a global company, it fast went down the hill. Yeah. I have a question for you. What's the funniest fashion emergency you've ever had or a client's ever had? Without telling their name, of course. Oh, my gosh. This one I think I have to think about. Oh, Lord. I'm not thinking of it right now. Okay, when I think of it. We're gonna give you a pass on that because we know that you love laughter and that laughter is better than lamenting. Yes. And what we also know is that your nickname is the Clothing Whisperer. Oh. I was afraid of what you're gonna say. But that's what you told me. You're the Clothes Whisperer. And boy, my friends, after this interview, you know that Scarlett is the Clothes Whisperer. This has been incredible. Do you want to leave our audience with one last simple hack on how they can improve their style, their confidence, or their wardrobe, other than visiting Scarlett Image Consulting?
Scarlett Image, Scarlett with 2 T's, image.com.
Okay, and we're going to have all this in the show notes. The last being?
The last thing is, don't be afraid to try on something that looks outrageous on a hanger. Try things on that you would never have picked out for yourself. You'll be surprised how often you look fabulous in it.
I'm telling you, this was a power-packed half an hour. Thank you, Scarlett.
Thank you.
I am so thankful to have you on the show. My friends, listen, find us wherever you listen to your favorite pods, like and share, and be sure to visit my show notes and check out Scarlett. Peace out, my friends. Mav's got to get back to work.